We want to empower our young women, our young men, and our boys and girls because they are the next generation.
You want me to be honest? This whole system needs to crumble.
Okay. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Johnson, one of the co-organizers for this When Women's Cry March. And the reason we are doing we convened this march is to actually begin a movement for women, but of course, men are included in this as well. We want to empower our young women, our young men, and our boys and girls because they are the next generation. We want them to know their history because, as we all know, if we don't know our history, our present would be distorted, and our future, will be no hope for the future. This is only the first of many marches. We want to empower our young people with taking ownership for what the march we are initiating today. We have a group of individuals on our first leg that's coming from Farragut and Rogers, and they're going to meet us here. We on our second leg we'll stop at the precinct, and then our last leg is at the Barclay Center. So for those of you who are listening to us, feel free to come and join this. Tomorrow we are, as I said earlier, we have a series of events planned to empower our youths. Stay tuned, and I always tell people to stay social with us. Our Instagram is Women of Mission, and we will update you on all of the events that we have coming up. Tomorrow, on the second leg of this empowerment, we have a Zoom conference, a Zoom workshop, where we are financially empowering our youths. I encourage you to check out the Instagram page, sign up for the workshop, and you will hear from one of our financial professionals who has a book, If You're Not Stacking, You're Dropping, and she is going to give us timely information on how to financially empower ourselves. We also have a weekly, every Monday, talk radio called Conversations with Lady L. And you can tune in via Caribbean Power Jams on Facebook, as well as on the Women of Mission International. You will definitely get all of the information with the guests that we're going to be having. We will be convening history lessons with history professionals who can tell us, inform us about our history. Once again, if you are listening to this now, come out and join us, because When Women Cry March is about us crying out for our sons and daughters. We are imploring the police to stop treating us as second class citizens. We are imploring them, we are imploring our representatives to represent us, to change the laws. Representation is important. Voting is important. We have on the 23rd, I want everybody to go out and vote, because you can't be part of the solution if you are not coming out. You need to empower yourself. You need to inform yourself. And if your elected officials are not doing the job you put them in there for, then the only voice you have is to vote. Our voice is to march. And this revolution that we have started here, it has several levels. We have people that's going to be at the drawing board, planning. We have people who are going to be informational, and we have people who are going to march. We invite you to come and join this. And as I said, the Instagram page is Women of Mission. Looking forward to seeing you at our several monthly marches. I am telling the youths of today to stay informed. And there is a quote, because I'm also a teacher and a professor, and I tell my students every day, your thoughts controls your actions, and your actions controls your destiny. Create the blueprints and the foundation that you and the change you want to see. You have to be part of that change. Ensure that your thoughts are informed and are progressive, because it's your thoughts and that will translate into your actions, and those actions creates your destiny. Okay, one way I am getting the message out right now is through the conversations with Lady L, because we are, and it's aired through Caribbean Power Jams. Because of COVID, we are actually doing it right now on Zoom, and we link it through on Facebook. But we are still viewed in 52 countries. We are viewed in 52 countries, and they are over. Just before COVID, we hit the 30,000 viewership on the program. And that is one way we are informing the youths. As I am not only working in America. If it weren't for COVID, I was scheduled to go to Nigeria to empower those youths there. And every year, as a Guyanese, I am always in Guyana 2 and 3 times a year. We have a literacy program, because our organization is focused on empowering, not giving a man a fish every day, but teaching them to fish, where they will be able to go and teach somebody else. We are, through our literacy program, we are helping our young ones as they come up, because we know in history books, the history is skewed, and we have to inform them. Take, for instance, Juneteenth. Last year on my radio program, I talked about Juneteenth, and again, COVID and it has a way of messing up things, if you will, sometimes. And we were actually planning to raise the consciousness of our black and brown people for Juneteenth. Right here, I have a colleague of mine, and we're talking about history and how we can empower our young people. Can you share some of the ideas? Because she will be a guest on our show coming up to inform our youths about our history.
What was the question? Have to use the internet as a platform to get the message across, because that's what they spend most of their time from. The internet is used as a distractor, so then you could use it to get the attention. So you have to use the internet. Because it's not only here in the United States, but throughout the Caribbean and Africa, they don't know the history. Because there are people coming from Africa who has no idea of what happened beyond the day they took us from African brothers here. So you have to use the social media as a platform. That's the only way you can do it, because that's what they're attracted to, the young generation. This is a lesson, this is a learned behavior. This is a learned behavior. So it has to start from the home, on how young men and young women are raised and how they deal with women in the home. Like I always say to the youth, there is a reason why they call the earth Mother Earth, because it's the earth that has to hold the seed, nurture the seed so it could germinate into a tree or whatever you want it to be. So it has to start from the home. Everything starts from the home. And it starts again with the parents. So then the parents have to take advantage of all of the programs that they have available, like WOMI. WOMI is a women organization that makes services available to women to educate them, not only on their history, but their health, how to take care of children, to educate them. They need to take advantage of that. Because the time that we spend going to the movies, The time that we spend going and standing in a long line to buy a pair of sneakers, that time should be used to take advantage of the opportunities the organizations in the community are providing to them. You want me to be honest? This whole system needs to crumble. It needs to break down. You cannot correct by stitching. It's not going to work. You cannot stitch and take this out. For example, with the movement to take down all the Confederate monuments. But yet, you want to hold on to some other monuments, like Christopher Columbus. Not too long ago, they asked Cuomo, why does he want to save the statue of Columbus in Columbus Circle? And his response was, because Christopher Columbus represent Italian contribution to equality. That makes no kind of sense. But someone who doesn't know history will believe that crap. Because the United States was not even thought of when Christopher Columbus came here and brutalized Native Americans. So if you're going to destroy everything. You cannot take out the Confederates and leave George Washington and Jefferson sitting there. That makes no kind of sense. They too were slave owners. I don't care if they were the first president, the third president, but it makes no kind of sense. So if you have to correct the situation, you have to destroy it and rebuild it. Patching it up is not going to make it. So if you're going to take down the Confederates, then you have to take down Thomas Jefferson. You have to take down George Washington, because they all were part of the game. They were all part of it. Stitching it is not going to work. This whole thing has to be destroyed. It has to be destroyed.